Hello, my name is Yvonne McKenna, and I'm the counselor at Reach Child and Youth Development Society. So this is a series of videos I'm doing on how to go back to school, because school is coming around the corner pretty soon, in a couple of weeks or days. So this video today is on focusing on happiness instead of stress. So people are meant to be together. Some people say we're social animals, but so this forced isolation during the COVID pandemic has been pretty hard on all of us, especially children and teens. For some people, not going out has been really hard and there's lots of loss and difficulty, but for others it's been great. No pressure to go to school or do work, but even for those people, there's been this looming dread of going back into society or worry about the virus or going back to school. So I'll be the first to say that many of you have gone through a lot in the past few months, and you should be giving a medal for it. This has not been easy, and in fact it's been really hard for a lot of you. Many parents I talk to are exhausted. The kids and teens are bored and angry at their families since they can't go out and do things they want to do. No one's been able to do the fun things you used to do during the summer. I also know in all of this, you have all been really strong and done your best in the middle of all this stress. And I mean stress with a capital S. So how do we deal with all this stress now and in the future? Well, we can focus on happiness instead of stress. The more we focus on what is stressing us, the more stressed we become. If we feel buried or overwhelmed by stress, it's hard to see the things that might make us feel happy. If it feels like it takes an effort to be happy in the middle of a stressful situation, that's true, but it's possible and you can do it. The first step is to stop. And I mean stop. Right now. Look around you. What's one thing that makes you happy? One thing that is positive in your life. Oh wait, think about something. If you can see one thing, and it's okay if you don't, but keep trying, this one little effort is helping you move towards being positive. Think of it like a muscle that you haven't exercised for a while. It'll take practice and persistence to think of things that make you happy. Try it every day and add more things that make you happy. The next step is to make a list. Make a list of the things in your life that make you happy. Find some paper and a pen, write it down, and list as many things as you can. Post this list where you can see it every day, sometimes on the bathroom mirror or the kitchen table, and add to it as often as you can. Make it a really long list. Once you have about 10 things on the list, put a star by some of the things when you actually do them. Like go for ice cream, read a good book, watch the bees and the flowers, go through a sprinkler with your kids while the weather's still nice. Watch a funny movie. Call a friend. Try to do one of these things today. If you have a plan and some lists to help you focus, then our brain is focusing on happiness instead of stress or sadness or worry. You might still be sad and worried and stressed sometimes, but you'll also be happy some of the time too. You might find you're less sad and worried if you are thinking more and more about what makes you happy. Next, share your happiness. Talk to someone about what makes you happy and ask them what makes them happy. Sharing happiness is a surefire way to become more happy. Who can you talk to today? Maybe a friend, a family member, your dog or cat? They're good listeners too. So you might groan at this one, but take care of yourself. Go back to the basics. They are sleep, exercise, nutrition, fresh air. There's no time like the present to start working on some better habits to get yourself feeling better. Go for a walk or a bike ride. Eat some really fresh fruits and vegetables. Get to bed at a decent time. Your body will thank you and you'll feel better. It sounds boring, but think of it as fueling your engine. Your body is a complex engine and its fuel is sleep, air, nutrition, movement. We've heard this in BC a lot. Be kind and be safe. And be kind to yourself too. We need to do this with ourselves. And you're doing the best you can right now. Fill your life with things that give you peace. Remember that happy list that we talked about a few minutes ago? Here's some more ideas. Get a good music playlist. Pile your stuffies on your bed and tunnel into them. Play with your pet. Do some drawing with some markers or coloring pencils. Go out and have a good game of basketball. Ride around the neighborhood on your bike. Talk to a family member who loves you. These things are things that can fill your life with more happiness. Another thing that's important is taking time to breathe. Of course, we're always breathing, but sometimes we don't focus on it. We know that focusing on our breath and our breathing can help us be more relaxed and calm and centered. When we can, sit with our feet flat on the floor, our hands in our laps, our eyes closed, and for just a few minutes, just think about your breathing. Nothing more than that. No counting or anything, just breathe. Doing that a few times a day and will help you see a difference. It will actually change how you see things. So these days, I can feel my thoughts racing around in my head. We can try to be in control of our thoughts, and especially when they start getting more and more negative. But think of your thoughts as leaves floating down a river or items in a conveyor belt. Some are important to consider, important to think about, but some you can just let roll on by, especially some of those negative thoughts and worried thoughts. You don't have to agree with those thoughts. You can even argue with them and let them go. No, I'm not going to be worried about that today. Today, I'm going to do something that makes me happy. Think about what's important to you. One way to do this is to time travel. Project yourself into the future, say 5 years from now, add 5 years to your age. Pretend you're looking back at this time. What do you hope you see? What things are you doing now that you'll be proud of in 5 years? What things are your family doing that helped you through this time? What was important to you right now? If you can do this backwards thinking, it can help you give you some ideas on what to do right now. Maybe it's more outside activities. Maybe more heart-to-heart conversations and good times with your families and friends. Maybe it's more helping each other. Maybe it's more art or reading or watching really good movies you always wanted to see. It's probably less worrying, that's for sure. Maybe it's starting to make some small social groups that you can connect with so you won't be so isolated or lonely. And remember, you can do this. You are amazing, and you've been through tough times before. You will come out of this stronger and more resilient. That means strong. You know how to take care of yourself well, and you can do the hard work required to see this through. You take care of yourself.